everybody? Welcome to Power Hour episode number 10. I'm your host, Wes Gardner. We have something a little bit different for you today. Something I'm pretty excited about. We're actually taking a look at Destiny. Remember how I promised this episode, what was it, last week? But then I ran into some problems, but now I'm figuring out actually what's going on and how to do things, and hopefully this one should be working quite a bit better. Hope you guys are doing good this week. This is the first Power Hour of this week. There's another one coming later. I'm also really excited about that one. Haven't even played the game yet, so I'll be doing that really soon. Pretty stoked about that. But yeah, we're taking a look at Destiny. I will say before we get started, this Power Hour is a little different. Normally, I play a game and talk at the same time. This, I took about an hour of footage on my AverMedia Live Gamer Portable in the PC free mode to where I didn't have to have a computer around. I could just record the gameplay straight from the PlayStation 4, and then on the memory card that it recorded to, just import the media into my copy of Adobe Premiere, and now I'm narrating over it, so I feel like some fancy pants movie director doing a DVD commentary. So I know what that's kind of like now. It's kind of bizarre seeing me play. I will say before we get too far into this, I'm dreadful this session. It was like, I have all these excuses, but basically I'm terrible at video games, first and foremost. So yeah, in the comments, if you tell me I suck, I know. I definitely know I suck. But it was like midnight, my daughter was still awake, I didn't record my microphone. I just record my gameplay, so there's a lot of times where I'm kind of absent from the controller. And, my mind just kind of wasn't in it. I just needed to get, footage right then. It was like midnight. So that was kind of the only open time. This week is just packed, and that's kind of why I'm doing things this way. But hopefully the video quality is in proper 1080. I recorded it with the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. It has two modes. One mode that you can be hooked up to a computer, and then you have your device that you're actually playing through hooked up to it as well. And so basically what I tried to do, I'll tell you the story of what happened the last time I tried to do Destiny as a Power Hour. I had it hooked up, my AverMedia and the PlayStation 4, through my PC in order to record my voice while I was playing, but I had to lug in my TV here because the AverMedia has a HDMI in and out. Like, it was just a mess. I had my system here, my giant 30-something inch high-def TV in here, my 24-inch high-def monitor, just all sorts of stuff going on. And playing the game, there was about a half-second sound delay from what I was getting, which I expected. Anytime you're using kind of a capture device and you have live audio coming back to you, it's gonna be about a half-second delay, maybe even a full second sometimes. So it was a little weird, but not too bad. However, the exported file, I don't know what happened, but the audio would desync from every... Man, I don't know. It would go from 5 seconds off to like a minute and a half off to 20 seconds off, and it would keep doing this weird fluctuation thing. And not just my voiceover, that was part of it, but the in-game audio. So there would be times to where there would be a cutscene happening and you would hear narration, but I either was there like 5 minutes ago, or I haven't gotten there yet, or it was just surreal. And I look back and I was so bummed. I spent 2 hours setting up everything. I spent about 2 hours playing the game. I brought everything in. I looked at all the stuff. I had to export the video just to make, to see if it looked right and everything, because everything from the live preview side looked great. Exported it and it was trash. It was just unwatchable. And oh my god, I was so heartbroken. But then I finally... quite a few things happened, actually. I think the reason why that happened is my PC was so bad. It's a Pentium 4. It has DDR2 RAM. The best thing in it is a GTX 650, and that's kind of what I was working with. So I think my processor couldn't keep up with the capture device, with my voice, with the playback, with the I think something messed up in communication. That being said, pretty stoked to tell you guys. If you follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/CombatHobo, you already know this. Pretty stoked to tell you guys, I got my new PC. Intel i7 4790S processor, 12 gigs of RAM. I'm actually probably going to update that by Christmas time to 16 gigs, but it's upgradable to 32 gigs of RAM. a GTX 750 graphics card. Thing's super quiet. It's super nice. I was doing some benchmarks, and good God, every game I own I can run on Ultra. Every single one. I'm talking Thief, the newest Tomb Raider, like Sleeping Dogs, Watch Dogs, Grand Theft Auto 4. Whenever Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out, I might not be able to do max on that, but it'll be pretty close. And I do know that the GTX 750 is kind of my that right now is kind of my bottleneck because the processor is way above average. I go to that website canyourunit.com, and it kind of gives you a diagnostics of how you compare to like 3 or 4 million other people that use the same website. I'm in the upper 98th percentile. So I have a better computer than 98% of 4 million people, which is bonkers. And that's with an old graphics card. So imagine, I know Nvidia just came out with their newest ones. I know I'm doing PC talk right now, and we're playing a freaking PlayStation 4 game. Or a console game, rather, I should say, because it came out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. But I'm just so stoked about this computer, and I think that it's going to solve a lot of problems, especially with this. But another thing that I'm able to do, and it does correlate with this Power Hour, I'm able to do video editing. Like, honest to God video editing. Like, right now, I'm watching a 1080 replay of what's going on, but I'm able to do voiceover over it live, and it's recording on top of it automatically, and I have real-time stuff, and my processor's not budging. It's at like 3% used. This thing's a freaking monster. But what you're looking at right now, I figured out that there's a patrol mission, and that patrol mission is a type of mission I hadn't tried yet, so I wanted to try it. Basically what it is, and what you're going to see whenever we get onto the planet, is there's open missions all the time everywhere. You just have to go find a beacon, this like glowing green thing. So you go do that, and usually all the ones I've seen, and I know we do these missions for like 30 some odd minutes, what I've seen is kill everything. Go to this place and kill the people there. Go to this place and kill these dudes. Go to this place and do this and then kill these dudes. Like, so it's kind of the same thing. But what's cool is you can go from, and you'll notice we actually level up by doing this. We go from mission to mission to mission to like, we just hopscotch, you know, we just go and go and go. So it's continuous, and you can do it forever. And there's something amazing about that, because it's sort of like infinite dailies. I don't know if you guys are big MMO people like I am, but, you know, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars, I just downloaded Archage, or Archage, I don't know how you pronounce it, but downloaded that. Odds are that probably has it too. The daily system, this first, I'll tell you guys right now, before we do this fight, I hadn't played Destiny in like a week and a half at all, so not doing good on this fight at all. It does get better, I'll tell you that. It gets better from here. Yeah, these next few fights are just dreadful. It's so weird to watch myself play games. Normally I don't. You know, I'm playing at the time, I'm recording, you hear my reactions, oh god, oh no. But this is just surreal. It's just so weird. Oh, and I do so bad. I missed the knife. Like, come on, man. I gotta get the knife. I gotta get good. You know? Knife him, though. Hell yeah. Whoa. Getting hit. Alright, I think I die right here, actually. Spoilers. Yep, Guardian down. Also, another thing. And we're going to get into all the questions that I was sent. Thank you all for the questions, by the way. You can always send me questions, twitter.com/commenthobo. You can leave comments on these YouTube videos. You know, whatever you see fit. You can even leave comments on the Nitrobeard Power Hour page, and I'll definitely look at them. I'll read them on the show. If you got a question for me, good, bad, you know, whatever it is, let me know. Just feedback is great. But I will say, before I get into all the questions and stuff, there's areas that we're going to get to here in a little bit to where it's almost like an invisible barrier. Like I just fall out of the world, sort of. Like, I mean, you know, I don't literally, my character doesn't fall out of the world, but it says, like, go back to the mission, and then it counts down from 5, and if you don't have enough time, which you usually don't, then it kills you, and it counts as a death during the mission, which is weird. And, like, as you'll see, there's some bounties later that have to do with, like, don't die during a mission and stuff like that, but those deaths count, even if they didn't come from an enemy. Which is just a little weird, you know, with a game that is supposed to be very, very big and MMO light. They sure do like to keep you on rails quite a bit. But a majority of the questions this week were about, should I buy Destiny? What type of game is Destiny? Because the marketing has been very Halo-ish, but then on Twitter and, social media and on interviews for video game websites and stuff, they talk about end-game, raids, gear progression, but then on the same coin, they say, but it's not an MMO. Don't think of it as an MMO. It's like, well, you're using MMO terminology, so how can we not think of it as an MMO? And I can tell you, I'm pretty seasoned on MMOs, and this is definitely a massively multiplayer online game. It has all. Well, that knife throw was dreadful. But I get better at those too as the show goes on. Trust me. I think I even get a knife kill in the Crucible if we do some PvP here in a little bit. But this is definitely a game. I mean, hell, you're gonna see me find materials here in a minute, and you can craft, and you turn stuff into quest givers, and there's a hub for missions, and you know what I mean. Like, look, I'm collecting ether sups right now. This is basically collect 5 boar tusks. Everyone makes that joke about boar tusks, but it's true, man. Like, this is basically it, But it's good. I mean, I like it. Let's get into the questions. I know a majority of the questions, and these were asked to me on Tumblr and Twitter, is should I buy Destiny full price? And I'm going to give you the answer that no one likes to hear. It depends. If you have people to play it with, I say get it. If you love playing massively multiplayer style games solo, like I do, get it. However, if you're looking for something as action-packed as Borderlands, or as kind of, because Borderlands kind of went all in on the sort of MMO, RPG level progression trappings. Destiny does too, but it plays it a little safe, at least for my taste. I could see how. I don't know. I could see how it could go either way. I could see how you could be way into it for not going the full Borderlands route, but because with Borderlands, each item has like 7 or 8 stats, and that's kind of the same here, but basically you're just going to be looking at the arrow. Is the arrow green or is the arrow red? If it's green, equip it. If it's red, don't. That's about as deep as it gets. I know later on, like you see here, I'm level 9. I only get to like midway through level 10 in this power hour, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it goes all in with that idea. Borderlands did. Borderlands, you felt like even if you had 2 identical guns, you could make the choice on which one was better based on your personal playstyle. This one, not so much. Like, if you pick a gun just because you like how it feels, you could be taking a 30 damage decrease, which is not recommended, and that can be frustrating. I think, that being said, there's a lot here for Destiny 2. I'll put it that way. Like, they laid a really great groundwork. I think the kind of bare bones experience we get with Destiny is, it's serviceable. It does what it's supposed to do, but I can't wait for them to actually go all out with it. Does that make sense? Like, I can't wait for holiday-based, Christmas time in Destiny, come do this special event and get a Santa hat. Like, I kind of want that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's sort of why I play MMOs, is for the community. And this doesn't really, this sides more with like a Halo clan as far as your community is concerned. I keep missing with those knives. Oh man, that's a pretty cool grenade. But this feels more like a Halo or Battlefield clan type game. Like, you get with 3 of your buddies, and then you go and you take on stuff. And that's well and good. It just doesn't, even with the kind of the open-ended, you've seen, like, there's that level 17 guy right there. You see you see people out in the open, but it just never feels like you're part of one cohesive unit, at least to me. I mean, differing opinions, you could feel differently. I know there's some reviewers that feel differently, but also there are some reviewers that gave Destiny like 6s and 7s. I think a 6 is the lowest score I've seen. I could probably bring up Metacritic right now, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I've already had enough trouble with one Destiny Power Hour. I don't want to have to redo everything again. You know, so we're just gonna let Adobe Premiere do its thing. But my first impression when I see 6s and 7s is like, yeah, I get it. You know, normally with big AAA games and, oh, these people are idiots, they gave it a low score to try to be an internet badass. And, you know, look how cool and cynical they are. But with Destiny, the way it does everything, I kind of get it. Like, I see this as a 6 or 7 game. Me personally, I see it as a solid 8. But there's just not enough, I guess. I say this, but I'm only level 10. So I still got 10 more levels, plus my 10 light levels, I guess you could call them. Because, okay, apparently there's a hard level limit of 20, but a soft limit of 30. So what that means is you can level up to level 20, and then everything from there on out is level 20, like level 20 instance, level 20 raid, level 20 strike, level 20 whatever. But the gear you can get can level itself up to level 30. So you could be a level 20, but your light level is a level 27. And you'll see that when we get to the multiplayer. You'll see a lot of people that are under level 20, like I am, but then you'll see a lot of people and the numbers are colored differently. So there's kind of that, I keep thinking of Paragon levels because of Diablo 3. Because Diablo 3 has that to where your hard cap is 70, but then you have an infinite soft cap. You could be a level 4,000. That would take forever, and I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever get to level 4,000. But you know, the point still stands. It's a cool way of progression and things like that, but the soft cap is level 30. I don't know if the expansions or the DLC packs, the season pass stuff, I don't know if that's going to raise the level cap or not. I don't know if they said that or not. If they had, I did not pay attention. So someone can tell me in the comments. I love snipers in this game, by the way. Love it. We'll see it. There's a deal later where I have to fight a witch, and the sniper comes in so handy. So handy. Love it. Yeah, you can see. I love that knife, too. So good. But, yeah, I'm really impressed with the, before I get to the next set of questions, and then we're going to, you know, cap it off with do I recommend Destiny. But I do want to talk a little bit about this AverMedia card. And whenever I first got it, I had my old PC. It didn't install correctly. I had a hassle installing it. You know, I was running Windows 7 64-bit edition. It was just an old PC. It just didn't like things. It could barely run Photoshop. You know, it definitely couldn't. It could run Premiere. You know, I have a copy of Premiere from school. It could run Premiere, but it's not. It couldn't render it. If it rendered, it would take days and days and days. And this would be for a 20-minute video. You know, it just wasn't there. But now my experience with the AverMedia with my new computer has been night and day. Truly night and day. Like, I highly recommend this AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. It was $150. Got it from Amazon. I think Newegg had it for about the same price, maybe $5 or $6 more. But I highly recommend it. Like I said, this footage right here was taken just with the PlayStation. Oh, here's one of the areas that, see how it got kind of fuzzy right there, and it says, hey, go back to the area, and then Guardian down. It's just weird that it does that. But all of this was recorded with no PC. Was not hooked up to the computer at all. Just took my little handheld, the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. It's about the size of an iPhone, and hooked it up. It has a USB cable. I had my 34 gig SD card, and just recorded live. Had the input coming from the PlayStation and the output.tv, and just played like normal. And it recorded really solid sound quality as far as the guns and everything are concerned. From what I saw after watching this, there were no desyncs in audio. It recorded at 1080 at like 16 megabits a second, or megabytes a second. I can never remember which one's which, but 16 megs a second. I'll be safe and say that way. So very good quality. That's pretty much if you had a 16 gig or a 16 meg upload speed, you could be able to stream in 1080 pretty comfortably. So that's the one I went with. It is the max. You can also do 720p, and you can record in 60 frames a second, which is pretty wild. The only reason why I didn't do that way is because YouTube cannot play 60 frames a second. And I don't actually even know if Destiny plays at 60 or not. I know The Last of Us Remastered does, but I don't think Destiny does. I think Infamous First Light does, but you know, it's very few and far between. Now, freaking every single game on my PC runs at minimum 60. I was running, God, what was I running? Tomb Raider on Ultra, everything cranked up at 1080, and my minimum frames per second was like 67, and my maximum was 111. So my average was in the 80s, and the game looks gorgeous. Like, but I went on kind of this spree to where I installed every game I couldn't play before, or that I could play, but it'd have to be at like, you know, 1280 by 720 on the low in a window, you know, just to try to save as much CPU as possible. But now I can full screen everything, fully cranked up. Man, it's nice. It's real nice. And, see, look at that sniper. That sniper's taking off so much damage. But I'm loving the Avermedia now. And I wonder if now that I have a stronger computer, I can do the hookup from, you know, if I bring everything back in the room and hook it up to my computer, my PlayStation 4 and stuff, if I could do it that way. But, you know, I think this is working pretty well. I think I like the quality here. I think there's a little bit of artifacting, but hopefully whenever I export through Premiere, it doesn't butcher anything too much. That's what I'm really worried about. I try to make things as one step as possible. Like, whenever, the reason why I love doing Twitch archives for my power hours, I mean, the downfall is I do not have a high enough upload to comfortably stream 720. If it's like 2 a.m. on a Tuesday night and no one else in the city is online and I have nothing else running and stuff like that, I can stream really high quality 720. However, if anything else, even my cell phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi thing, it drops it from like 2.2 megs a second upload to like 1400. Like, it just butchered. Here's another area where I noob style. See, it's just so weird that they just kill you outright. That you went out of the zone that they specified, even though they had stuff out there. You know, I don't know. It's just weird. Reminds me of Borderlands on the end, where you can sniper view that little area that has the guns and stuff across the river. Anyway, went off on to Pirate Bubble. But you know, the really big benefit on Twitch streams and archiving those is whenever it exports to YouTube, the quality remains the same. The encoding that they do on it is pretty perfect for YouTube, so you don't really lose a lot of quality. But the downfall kind of is I usually stream in 540p, which is in between 480 and 720. So whenever I do 540, whenever it goes to YouTube, it automatically downgrades it to 480. And it's a really nice looking 480, but still it's not high def. But whenever I do a 720, it captures all of the artifacting and the weird, like, you know, I can't remember, like the fuzzies. You know what I mean? Whenever you see a stream and it's trying to keep up with itself and things like that. I'm hoping this doesn't have the fuzzies. That's what I'm kind of looking at. It does a little bit in darker areas like what we're in right now. But whenever we get out in the light and there's some nice bright lights and things like that, it kind of takes care of itself, you know. But hopefully it's still watchable. You know, I think it is at least. Like I said, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you about it. I think this altercation's a close call. Oh, that's right. I almost got him with the mid-air knife throw. Would have felt like a badass. me bring up Twitter real quick.
All right, updating Lakshmi.
And look at, I know Marco Flores sent some questions about Destiny. My good friend Marco Flores, a nerd in the Bay. Him and I, every week, we play DC Universe Online.
You see that?
On the PlayStation systems, and we actually do it on my live stream channel, twitch.tv/KamidaHobo. So if you're want to see us, some internet gaming, I'm going to say gaming journalists, but I don't think that's a real thing. If you want to see us play some DC Universe Online and kind of goof off and dig around and stuff like that, it's a lot of fun. We do it every Monday. So definitely come check that out. Well, I have a full archive on the channel that you're watching right now. Check out the past, I think, 21 episodes. And big shout out to the guys at Sony, Sony Online Entertainment at DC Universe Online. I think Meeps is the community manager. Actually mentioned us. I know he was talking to us on Twitter. You know, we sent him the links for the Let's Play that we're doing. He seemed really stoked about it. So thank you for that support directly from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? Like, you guys made a great game. So if you're watching this Power Hour, big ups to you, Meeps. Let's see. Let me bring up. See, quite a few people are commenting about the past Power Hour of Skyrim. Saying it's funny. A lot of stuff happened. I scream like a banshee. There was a part in that Power Hour. A guy shows up behind me. There's no noise. There's no sound for it or anything. He shows up behind me out of nowhere. He's like point blank in my face. Because I'm on top of like this weird tower pedestal thing that has a really narrow walkway that I barely made it on, and no one else was up there, and I hadn't seen anybody for like 10 minutes. There was no noise of footsteps. There was no voiceover or anything. I just turn around, and a dude is right behind me, and I screamed like you wouldn't. I was like, "Rah!" Like, oh man, it was so funny. I look back, and at the time I was kind of embarrassed that it happened on stream, but now I watched the replay, and it made me laugh out loud. So if you guys haven't checked out that Skyrim Power Hour, do so. And you can make fun of me in the comments. I don't mind at all. Alright, let's see. Bring up Twitter here. Let's see. Alright. I answered some of these on the Skyrim episode, like where your character name Icewind and Frostwind come from. Kind of explain that. Icewind Dale, the old what is it, BioWare? Did BioWare make it? No, Obsidian made it. Oh my god, who made Icewind Dale? I can't remember who made Icewind Dale. I know it's an Infinity Engine game. Excuse me. Okay, it has to be. It has to be. I don't know. We'll take a look. But Icewind Dale is one of my favorite settings. I always loved kind of the connotation in my mind when I think of Icewind. It's just a cool fantasy name. You know what I mean? So I take that with me. Funny story, in Final Fantasy VII, you know, the group's name is Avalanche. So in every game that has a clan, like a single player clan or a group or an organization, I always name them either
in this area.
Avalanche,
help push it back,
as a homage to Final Fantasy VII, or if I get like an airship or something, I always name it Ragnarok, because one, I like the name, and you would think, oh, that's cool Norse mythology. I actually name it that. This might be a little embarrassing. I used to play Ragnarok Online religiously. Oh my god, that was one of my first like real big MMO addictions. EverQuest and then Ragnarok Online. I would play with my middle school friends. Freaking ridiculous, man. But yeah, that's where I get all sorts of names, and those are kind of repeats. So you'll probably see a lot of that. Like KamidaHobo is my online name. That's going to be for all the services and stuff that I have, and like my online tag, I guess you could say. But any sort of game to where, you know, like KamidaHobo is my like BattleNet name, right? Like whenever we do our Diablo 3 Power Hour, which we will. Probably not this week, but very soon. You'll see that my character names Icewind, Frostwind, Ragnarok, Avalanche, things like that. It's just I like to keep it all insular, you know. That's one secret right there. All right, Marco Flores asks, from where you're at in Destiny, what functions slash modes slash systems do you think should be added to make this the game? Like, the best it could be, game of the year, forever type game. I'm trying to think, because on paper it has everything. You know, like right now, look at what we're doing. Like, I don't know these people that I'm fighting with, but, you know, we're doing the mission. Look,
I
mission
think you got
complete,
your
just
point
got some
across.
Vanguard points. So there's stuff going on, you know, pretty cool. Pick up and play, kind of group setting, atmosphere stuff like they have in Rift. Guild Wars 2 has that kind of the open-ended quest system. I think Warhammer Online, I want to say Warhammer Online did it first.
This is Banshee back at the tower. Open
But it
bounty
was
on any
just
munitions
such a
intel
cool
from
feature.
this
I think
area.
Warhammer Online was
Details
the first one
incoming.
that was the most prominent feature. Like, they advertised that as part of the game. But now there's MMOs that do it all the time. I would say if there was functions that could be added to make this the game, actual crafting. I think actual crafting would be really cool. Like if you got mats for a certain scope or something, that you could build that scope and kind of apply it to any weapon, or a certain magazine style, or a certain way that, you know, a certain harness. That way, if you want your character while he has his gun put up, if you want it haltered out on his side, like even a rifle, like up by his waist, or you know, if you want it across his back or across his chest, even. You know, just more customization options, I guess. Because I know we're doing the Destiny Let's Play, and this actually, the Power Hour will be a part of it. But I don't know. It seems like there's just not enough. At least to me, there's not enough of a feeling like this is my character. This just feels like I made a guy and I'm on the Destiny server. Does that make sense? So any way that that could happen, I know in DC Universe Online we just got our player housing, Marco. So something like that would be pretty cool. Like if you were part of a clan, would you have a headquarters for your clan to hang out, and like a place you could go to do trial matches? Like, oh, we need to work on our control point strategies, so let's do a scrimmage with our clan. So you know, you could set that up. Um, Try to make things, you know, they did a pretty good job of making everything in the world, which means like they did a pretty good job of making it to where, oh, you go to orbit and then you can go to the Crucible,
Sending to Banshee.
or you can
Great
go
work.
to this planet, or you can go to the moon, or you can go to this reef, and you'll kind of see that on the map whenever we go to the Crucible. So they do a good job of kind of making your character feel like he's going to do different things. He or she are going to do different things. There's just something. It feels like the bare minimum, though. Like it feels like there should be something else, and it's kind of hard to put my finger on. Um, yeah, like I could say stuff like player housing, but I don't think they really want to go that deep into the MMO. Um, Clan tags would be pretty cool. They might have that. I actually don't know. Uh, hmm. I don't know. I mean, like I said, and we'll talk about here in a little bit. Like Destiny did pretty good, you know, for what it is. You know, Destiny's not bad. It just feels like with games like Borderlands out there, and even games like Defiance, like the actual massively multiplayer free-to-play game, there are games that kind of scratch this itch. You can even have like, if you want the big warfare type stuff, PlanetSide 2 free-to-play. Um, but make no mistake, this game is Halo and Borderlands entirely. I don't know if you just saw there was a fade. The weird thing about the Avermedia, I'll go back to my previous point in a second. The weird thing about the Avermedia, whenever you're recording to a card, and it's in FAT32 format, but whenever you're recording to a card, it only records in 4 gig chunks. So I mean, I got, what was it, like 34 minutes or so out of 4 gigs, which just shows how amazingly small these file sizes are. Like this entire Power Hour is a 1080p video that's going to be exported with my voice, straight from the source in like an MP4 format, and it's going to be 6 gigs. That's pretty outrageous. Like, because I know Fraps can give you the same kind of quality and stuff like that, but Fraps, God, it's almost 6 gigs per, you know what I mean? It's almost 6 gigs per 10 minutes. Like, it's a bear because of how much it records. And, especially when we come into the PC games, I bet the power hours are going to be recorded with my AverMedia. Because from the tests that I've done and everything with my new computer, and even my old computer, hell, I was able to do my my Unreal Tournament Power Hour like that. I was able to do that. I was able to play Unreal Tournament 2004, a game I couldn't stream because it lagged so bad because of my PC. I was able to play it fairly perfectly, and I didn't really know how to use all the features of the AverMedia, so it came out. I want to say it came out in 720, but now I know exactly how to use it. You guys are going to be getting 1080p broadcasts. And now that I know how to do this voiceover narration in Premiere, now that I know my computer can handle this type of rendering, like, you guys are set. And I'm set. I'm super excited to be able to give you guys true high-def content. That way you guys can watch it on your TVs. That way you guys can, if you have like a home theater, entertainment system, if you guys want to watch gameplay videos, if you guys want to, do stuff like that, you're more than welcome. And hopefully the quality is going to be good enough that, it's not quite an eyesore anymore. But yeah, the AverMedia records in the 4 gig sets. So this is 2 files put together. So of course in Premiere, I had to do a way to. There was about a 2-second gap between from when the device told it. There you go, level 10. From whenever I told it to shut off, or whenever it told itself to shut off and then start back a new recording. There's like a 1.5 to 2 second gap. So I faded that in, and it sounds pretty good. It looks a little silly because all you do, he kind of turned a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw that. He turned and then it faded back in. But, just little things like that. Once I get more comfortable with this Premiere, now that it actually runs and I can see things in real time, that type of stuff will get smoother. But yeah, thanks for that question, Marco. It's a very good question because on paper, like I said, Destiny kind of has everything you need, but it feels like they just have the bare bones version of everything you need. So yeah, you can customize things by leveling them up. As you'll see, there's going to be different scopes and stuff that I do whenever I do my upgrade after this mission. Oh, here's where the witch is, by the way. We talked about the sniper rifle thing. Here's the witch, by the way. But we're talking about it's kind of bare bones stuff. Like, you can see me do the upgrades and it has the scopes and everything like that, but I wish there was a way you could actually get materials, craft specific styles or looks of things. I'm very much a guy with aesthetic customization. Like, get me something that looks cool that I can make that not everybody else has, and I'll be all for it. You know what I mean? I just love that next layer of, there we go, mission complete. Next layer of customization. Let's see, and another one Marco asked in the Skyrim Power Hour last time. So if you didn't watch that one, I'll just answer this one again because it's a great question, and I've thought about it some more, and I think my answer's still the same. But he asks, what underrated, massively multiplayer online game currently out there deserves a Final Fantasy XIV 2.0 style makeover? It can be put on the console. Well, I know there's a few MMOs coming to the consoles right now. I know for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at least, I know Neverwinter is coming. PlanetSide 2 is coming to the PlayStation 4. So there's games coming to the console, and Neverwinter is going to be a lot of fun, I think. I play it on PC. I haven't played it in a while. My computer wasn't all that good, but now it is, so I might play it. And hell, we might do a power hour of it. You never know. But my original answer to that question was Anarchy Online. And Anarchy Online has a ton of potential to, it's kind of the first cyberpunk MMO. And I think there's definitely something for that because we have so many fantasy games, right? We have so many fantasy games, but not a lot of science fiction MMOs, which is ironic that Destiny is our game this week. But I'm a big fan. You know, Star Wars: The Old Republic's fine. I do like it. I think it's put together very well, but it's kind of barren. It feels sort of lifeless. It's funny you mentioned Final Fantasy 14. Now that I have the new computer, I know that if I resubscribe and then you subscribe onto your PlayStation 3, if you have your PS3 copy of it, Marco, we can play together. I'm just trying to figure out how we can voice chat because that'll be rad. That'd be so cool. We voice chat and play Final Fantasy 14 together. But that's a game that definitely has a lot of heart, and I played it whenever it was Final Fantasy 14 1.0, and it was a mess. Like, there was no set clear direction. It felt like a weird hybrid of Final Fantasy 11 but more boring. And like, they had good ideas for the quest systems and stuff, but I don't know, like, it just didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it just didn't feel just didn't feel quite right. But I think A Realm Reborn is one of the coolest incentives. And it looks like that same thing happened with Final Fantasy 15. It looks like at first with Nomura at the helm, Tetsuo Nomura, it was kind of aimless. It didn't really have a direction to go. There was a lot of miscommunications. And I'm not saying it's his fault. I just know that he was on the project whenever this type of stuff was happening. But now they gave it a whole new team, and we got that kick-ass looking trailer from Tokyo Game Show, and it should be ready within the next year, year and a half, maybe even 2 years, which is exciting. The game looks great. It looks like a mix of Final Fantasy and Xenoblade, and like Monster Hunter, and just every major Japanese role-playing franchise right now. So pretty stoked about that. But yeah, I'm here at the tower, running around. I think I had that encrypted Ingram. Yeah, the crypt arc right there. Yep, I got me something. The Butcher. SA-13, awesome. But yeah, as you can see, I'm going to the postmaster right now, or actually going to the bounty deal. I'm turning in one of my bounties. I love the bounty system. I think it's really cool. There's also a Crucible bounty I pick up here that's like win 3 Crucible games, and I'll keep the suspense high to see if we win the Crucible game that I play. I will say I had no impact on that game. I actually came in last on my Crucible game that I'm going to play. So there's that for you to laugh at. This is a game that you can get really good at. I haven't played it enough. As you can see, I'm just now turned level 10. So I'm just barely scratching the surface of the game. I just really wanted to do a power hour to kind of show everybody what was up. I promised you guys a power hour last week. And yeah, I felt so bad about it not turning out right that I wanted to still make you one. I still wanted to get Destiny done and kind of up here, and that way people that were still on the fence, I know there's probably not a lot of you out there, but if you were still on the fence about Destiny, that you could kind of see some gameplay, some bad gameplay, I might add. I'm very bad, but that way you could see some gameplay, see if it's for you, kind of hear what I have to say about it, see if it could steer you in a direction. Now, just because I like the game, I'm not saying everyone should. Like I said, the 6 and 7s out on Metacritic, I get it. I totally get it. People online being like, man, Destiny's not that fun. I got really bored with it. I sold it back. Things like that. I get that too. But on the other hand, people saying, I'm stoked about Destiny. I play it all day, every day. I'm really way into it. I get it. This is the type of game that can definitely get you going. So I guess it's because I've had a lot of experience with massively multiplayer games in the past and playing a lot of Borderlands. Not Borderlands 2. I haven't played actually a lot of that because my PC, once again, was not good enough, but now it is. Oh, excuse me. Long day at class. Yeah, we're logging into the Crucible here. But, I've played a lot of this style of game, and one of my favorite games that nobody talks about anymore, people laugh at me because I say it was one of my favorites, was Hellgate London. It was actually made with a majority of the Diablo 2 team, but for some reason the game just came out and it was a flub. It had a ton of bugs, but it was this, like almost down to the record, like this game has been made before and it was called Hellgate London. I thought Hellgate London was very broken, but I thought it meant well. It had a big heart. there was a lot of passion behind that project. You know, you had people like Bill Roper, you had people from the Blizzard team that left Blizzard, you know, and started this. And sadly, Hellgate went the way of the dodo. I think they sold off to like some South Korean free-to-play company, and it's called like Hellgate Tokyo or something now. But you know, just this type of game's been made before. Has it been made better? In my opinion, yeah. Um, but for a console exclusive, you know, if you got your Xbox 360 or PS3 and you want some kind of a grind game to play, this is a great one. We're in a drought right now for the new systems with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This perfectly fits the bill. Oh, look at me, big level 10. Everyone else is like level 30. I think I saw a 16, but everyone else has played quite a bit. And almost guaranteed, they've probably leveled up in the Crucible. A lot of the people that play PvP play PvP. Oh, there's another ship. Hey, buddy. And a lot of people that play PvE play PvE exclusively. Like, so I guess it was just on me that I tried to dabble. You know, like, oh, I'm just going to go see what the PvP's about. Not so much. Didn't do very good. I got 2 kills, though. I got 2 good kills, and I got like 6 assists. And then I died 15 times. But, you know, what are you going to do? There's all the other ships. Hey, buddies. But we go in there. You guys are going to laugh really loud because I'm really bad. But I promise you I'm not this bad at every video game. Just most of them. But this type of game has been done before. I think with Activision, and I mean this made a ton of money for Bungie. This is their big magnum opus. You know, something tells me that Activision wanted its own Halo. You know, it has Call of Duty, but it wanted its own Bungie game. You know, its big, giant monster of a. I think my guy's in the back there. Yeah, in the back left. Looking like a boss. But Activision really wanted a Halo. And I think this is about it. You know, this is about as Halo as you can get without being named Halo. Which excites me because now I don't have to buy an Xbox One for the Master Chief Collection. I can just play Destiny. I will say that the Master Chief Collection does look really cool just because of all of the Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Or no, not Halo Reach, actually. Ooh, Freudian slip. All of the Halo, basically, well then, all of the Halo 3, and I missed the knife. Oh, I got him with the, got his health down a little with that grenade, but I'm still real bad. But, you know, Master Chief Collection's its own thing. I don't really feel like playing through the stories of the Halo games. I also don't feel like dropping another $400 on a next-gen system. So this will do me just fine, you know. But yeah, I would be lying if I said if I wasn't having a lot of fun. I really like Destiny. I like how it feels. I like how it looks. I like how it plays. It's a cool game, and I do recommend it. Even though I'm real bad at this multiplayer, I keep, I'm going to say I recommend this game, and then you see how I play, and you're like, oh, well, we recommend you don't play this game. But I'll get better. I'll get better. Just watch. Before too long, I'll be at the top of the leaderboard. That might take a year or so, but it'll happen once if everyone else passes out and I'm the only one running around. It'll happen. You know what I mean? You just got to believe, right? You got to believe. There's a wrestling reference for you guys. It wouldn't be a power hour without a wrestling reference, right? Come on now. Come on. Who do you think I am? Come on. Yep. And I run away, get shot, and I die right here. No? Did I get away? I think I got away. Can't remember. I get one good kill. One kill that I'm real proud of, and I was like, yeah, man, yeah. And then ended up dying real soon thereafter. See, I just get decimated. Decimated. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. But yeah, I think we have about 10 minutes left in our power hour. Something like that. I know it's at the end of this that it happens, so. But yeah, I get one good kill, and I'm just glad I got one kill on the show. You know what I mean? Because I'm real bad at console first-person shooters. I'm not that good at competitive first-person shooters anyway. I usually do bot matches. I'm that guy. I love to get games and just play against bots, because then I could take it at my own pace. But I mean, you saw on stuff like an Unreal tournament, we still had a lot of fun. Was that the kill? Yeah. See, stabbed him, got him, got somebody, and then I saw him too late. I take forever. My reaction time is atrocious. It was atrocious this entire play session. It's normally better, but it was not better this time. But our people, I think, yeah, we're Team Alpha. Not in the lead right now. Not in the lead. I'm trying to think of if there are any. I think that was all the questions. But yeah, primarily a lot of the questions, on Tumblr and through Twitter and everything were, would you recommend Destiny? And I would say yes. Yeah, it's not the be-all, end-all, the one game you need. Don't ever buy another video game ever. But if you want something that plays like Halo, if you want something with the mechanics of Borderlands, if you want something you can play with your buddies, if you want something that you can even take your time and play either competitively, like what we're doing right now, or you can play it through like a story mission, this is it. Like, there's no real better game. If you wanted I think I helped assist him too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. The only other game like this that came out this year for consoles that I could recommend, if you wanted something with a little more substance, that still had kind of the level progression, that had the feeling of, oh, he got me good. The feeling of, creating a character, being a part of a bigger story, doing content, unlocking more items and abilities, and Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evil Edition. I believe that's the console name of it. Just a great game. Any way you can play Diablo, play Diablo. But if you're on the fence about Destiny, I hope this Power Hour kind of helped out a little bit. I hope that it's showing you a little bit of the gameplay, how stuff is played. I know there's a lot of Twitch streams, but hopefully this gave you kind of an in-depth look at one mission type, the patrol missions, and kind of how online works. We did the other type, the control capture points or whatever it's called. We did it on the first time I tried to record the Power Hour, but then it unlocked this one, so I thought, hey, it'd be fun to do this. This basically team deathmatch style. See, I do okay. I help out. I stay in the back. You know what I'm saying? I stay in the back. I reload at the worst times. I throw the thing. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But hey, look at that score. Bravo team's in the lead. What are you going to do? Oh, that knife is terrible. Look, it just went in the rock. And then I run this way, and then I'm going to die. Yep, dead right there. Yep. That Rush Rockstar guy, pretty good. Pretty good. See, it's just chaos. But even the way weapons control and they handle feels like Halo, and it looks like Halo. So basically this is, people on Twitch always make the joke that this is the next Halo game. It's kind of true, Like, this is a safe way for Bungie to implement things they probably wanted to add into Halo, but they just didn't have time or the resources, or they didn't want to really step on anyone's feet, because Halo's kind of its own thing now. It's sort of how Call of Duty is. You can't go too different with Call of Duty, or else you're going to piss a lot of people off. But they got notorious for staying exactly the same. So Advanced Warfare is coming out. That looks pretty promising as far as shaking things up a bit. I thought the multiplayer part of Black Ops 2 that had kind of the RTS things, I never played it personally, but all the videos and the hands-on stuff that I saw on it, it looked really cool. And I like that type of innovation in a multiplayer game. So this might not necessarily be the most innovative, and it has, this is definitely the backbone of Halo, but it's good. They've kind of perfected this, and while the features may be bare bones, the game itself plays wonderfully. And that's why I recommend it. It's a solid experience. To call it a great experience might be giving it a little too much, but it's solid and it's good. And we got to remember, guys, there's nothing wrong with good. Nowadays, everything's hyperbole. It's either the best ever or it should be burned, and we should fucking destroy it. Like, the internet hate machine and hyperbole machine is outrageous. But there's nothing wrong with a game being good. And Destiny is good. I would go so far as to say Destiny is very good. It's just not for everybody, you know. Like I said, I do hope that this kind of gave you a better look at kind of what's up with it. Maybe answered some questions you may have had. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit me up in the YouTube comments. I'd love to answer them. Also, twitter.com/comedyhobo, like I said. Definitely follow me there. Ask me any questions. If you have a request for what I should play on the Power Hour, let me know. Because I got a whole bunch of Steam games, and I got a new computer that's just, it's just wanting to play anything you want to throw at it. It runs Hawken at full blast. I'm trying to think of all the shit that I couldn't play on my other computer, but now it runs beautifully. Like, I have Hawken maxed out, and it's running at like 80 frames a second. Ridiculous. You know, I wish Origin would do another really quick sale on Titanfall, because I am interested in that game. Not enough to buy it for full price, but hey, if it's 15 or 20 bucks, I'll buy it. You know, I'll buy it. And plus it'll run full blast on my machine, so I'll definitely buy it and look at some pretty robots. But yeah, I downloaded Archage, or Arcage, whichever you want to call it. So looking forward to doing a lot of MMOs for you guys here on the Power Hour. I talked to Marco Flores. We might be doing like an MMO style show. Who knows? Sneak peek at ideas. But something that I want to say before we get, I think we're about to wrap up right here. I think the game's about to end. But now that I have my own computer, now that I have a capture card, now that all the stuff works the way it should, you know what I get to do this year? I get to make my own Game of the Year video for NitroBeer.com. Our amazing coworker, Imran Khan, was doing the heavy lifting year after year after year after year and doing everybody's videos, Game of the Year videos. This year, I think everyone's doing them on their own. I don't know if a few of the guys are still going to use Imran, or how it's going to work, or if they're going to hit me or Brian Bolita up or something like that. But I'm just stoked that I now have a machine to where I can actually... Oh, see. Yeah, got a guy. Back in action. Look at that metal. Oh, yeah. Feeling good. Looking good. Back to full health. I think I die here in a second. It doesn't matter. I'm on cloud 9, baby. I got a proper kill. See, I go way too much. I go for it, and I didn't do it good. Some guy's going to look through the doorway and kill me in a second. Yep, and there he is. And then I die right here. Guardian down. Oh, well. I got the one solid kill, though. I felt good, and I think it was Rush Rockstar. I think it was the dude that killed me before. But that's all that is. There's like 4 minutes left on the game, but I think we get to the I think we get to the end of the match before that. But yeah, be doing my own Game of the Year stuff this year. Videos should be looking good for the YouTube channel and for NitroBeer.com. But let me start wrapping this up. I hope you guys enjoyed episode number 10 of the Power Hour. A new look, got a new computer, got the Avermedia working, looking good, feeling good. Send me any questions you may have at twitter.com/comedyhobo. I make sure to check it. I check it on my phone during the show now. So if you got a request for a game you'd like to see, let me know. If I got it, I'll play it. If I don't got it, I'll let you know when I get it, and then I'll play it. How's that sound? But twitter.com/comedyhobo. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/comedyhobo. Of course, what else would it be? But I'm streaming stuff. Got the new PC, so we could be streaming PC games with commentary. Any game under the sun. My thing it doesn't bat an eye. Like, I had Grand Theft Auto 4 running 1080p, all max, full on, everything. Plus, I was recording it with Fraps 1080 with my voice while downloading stuff, and I had my browsers open, listening to music, and it didn't bat an eyelash. This machine's a monster. But, oh, so exciting. So much to look forward to. The quality of this Power Hour. Oh, things are good. Things are good. So be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube right now. I love to hear from you guys. Comment. Leave your suggestions. Good, bad, doesn't matter. Let me know how I'm doing. I love to hear from you guys. You guys make it all worthwhile. Of course, check out nitrobeer.com. Everything like that. I think, yeah, 2 minutes left in the match, and then I fly around in the ship for a little. I'm trying to figure out what the next game for Power Hour is going to be. It's going to be a PC game, and it's going to be an MMO. But don't know if it's going to be Guild Wars 2. Don't know if it's going to be Archage. Don't know if it's going to be Lord of the Rings Online. Don't know if it's going to be World of Warcraft. It could be Dungeons and Dragons Online. It could be one of those weird free-to-play anime ones on Steam. I don't even know. Could be a lot of things. I'd love to play an MMO for you guys. Those aren't the most exciting games to watch, but they're really fun to talk through, and they're really fun to kind of break and see how missions go and stuff. Yeah, I think your team won. See, I didn't give it away, and I got plus 25 on my Crucible stuff. Yeah, we won. So good. So good. So that was my one win out of 3 that I needed. Oh, let's see if I get anything. Huh? If I get a nice item. Look at that. Oh, came in last. Look at that. 2 kills, 10 deaths, 5 assists. Didn't get shit. That's okay. That's okay. I hope my team wasn't screaming at me too much. But I'll get better. We'll get better together. You know, I'll be on the stream. It'll be good times. But hey, I'm Wes Gardner. Thank you so much for the support. I love you guys. Things are getting better than ever. New PC, new system, got the Aver Media working. It's all good, man. Thank you guys so much for the support. We are going to see you later this week for another Power Hour. I love you guys. Tell me what you think in the comments. Go to Nitro Beard. Do the Twitter thing. Do the Facebook thing. Follow me on Usenet and IRC and NetZero and fax me. Do that shit. But seriously, buy Destiny. It's good. It's good. Play with me. Add me. Coming to Hobo. PlayStation Network. Doing it. We'll see you next time, guys.